Hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading. I'm doing things a little bit early this week because of the holidays being kind of all over. Leo, my guides again are talking to me, and once again, there is that sense of the eagle perspective, although I'm not seeing you as an eagle this time specifically. What I am seeing is you looking down, and there are pockets of situations that are in the valley below you that you're looking over. And each one of these pockets has some degree of energetic stress or imbalance that you are observing. And it's almost as though, you're standing back and you're trying to decide how to step in, or if you should step in, or when to step in. What your potential role might be in any of these situations, and how it's going to affect you. So when I pulled the cards, what I realized is there are many layers here. And the first thing that I would like to say to you is that my guides are saying that whatever else is going on with any other people in these situations, it is a reminder for you that this is ultimately your opportunity to learn things about yourself. That, as is the case, this is me, not them, as is the case with every relationship and every situation, we always have the opportunity to learn about ourselves. What I feel the cards are telling me seems to be supporting the images that the guides have presented me with. And what you're being really supported in doing is not feeling guilty about struggling with other people's struggles. That they really want to encourage you to not go into overwhelm around the things that are going on around you based on what you think or anticipate your next moves might have to be. They're asking you as much as possible to keep, I know this is going to sound perhaps counterintuitive, try to keep a sense of humor, if not around the individual situations or potential outcomes, a sense of humor in general. If you can keep it about yourself and about your own behaviors and your own reactions, even better. Because very often when we can look at a situation with humor, we can see the truth of it more easily than not. That it prevents that kind of defensiveness, which can create a kind of blindness. Because remember, you're really being presented with this opportunity to learn something about yourself. That there may be things you need to drop, attitudes that you need to let go of around your roles, what it should be, what it has been. It might be about beliefs that you have, grudges that you've held. I don't know what it's going to be for each individual. But what it feels like to me is that there has been a lot of struggle sometimes in the way you love or the way you care for people. A lot of efforting, I want to say, maybe not struggle, but efforting. And that it's like, okay, you know what? Can you lighten up? Can you be playful? Can you bring that energy into your life as an honorable thing? Struggle and efforting doesn't necessarily mean noble. It doesn't mean virtuous. Can you take responsibility appropriately, accordingly, and still let yourself appreciate the value of pleasure? And that pleasure by its very nature can bring you into a kind heart and make you more able to make proactive and positive decisions, and can keep you out of overwhelm. Okay? This is one of the things I feel you're really being asked to do. Focus on the spontaneity of play, of humor, of pleasure as a way of keeping you out of overwhelm. When the time comes for you to take action or a response to any of these situations that are around you, you're going to be a lot more able to do that when you can prevent yourself from going into a state of overwhelm by using humor, by engaging in wholesome play. It doesn't mean in the process of taking care of yourself, which is certainly one of the things you're being asked to do, that you can't also respond kindly to other people. But first and foremost, be kind to yourself. Really, truly. And know that even if you take care of yourself first, even if you choose not to engage in any of those situations that you're seeing play out in ways that are just like too many variables for you even to predict at this point, that however you are, you still have divine love. You still have God at your back, and that God is present in every single situation here. God is involved in every situation with every person. It's not always up to you. And certainly in terms of you being appreciated, however you are, whatever you're doing, just remember that you are not the only one. It's not always up to you. The clear and clean card has come up. And this is where I think it really, really plays out. When you find yourself going into patterns that create overwhelm, that make you go into a sense of struggle and worry about what's happening or what's going to happen, this may be the time where you can stop and ask yourself, what belief about who I am and my responsibility can I let go of if I really truly believe that God is involved, that God is there for everyone, not just me in this situation, that divine presence, not just God, but God, guides, angels, healers, whoever they are, everybody has access to that. It's not always up to you to bring that, and that people make choices around that. You will be making choices, and some of them might be very difficult. But what you're really being asked or supported in doing is letting go of what you can let go of. That is about you efforting, trying, staying out of overwhelm by doing whatever you can do to bring that higher vibe, that higher frequency, humor, play, pleasure, within whatever framework works for you. And, pleasure might be watching half an hour of a British sitcom that you love. It doesn't have to be huge, but little consistent points where your frequency lifts up. That's going to help you from going into overwhelm. Be kind first and foremost to yourself. And that's going to allow you to be kind when you need to be to other people. And the clear and clean card, I'm going back to that. Yes, I think this really is a time for you to be able to look at the truth of some of your ways of being with the people you care about, letting go of what you need to let go of in terms of old beliefs, old energy around relationship, and to really see where those beliefs are outdated or where they're just simply not serving you or the relationship anymore. Okay? I remember, and they are reminding me, that you were told somebody was going to come in to be helping you with this. And I'm seeing it again. I'm seeing it again the way I saw it. I feel like, as I said, you're going to be getting help in the ways that you need it. But what I want, and that what they're reinforcing now this time is, thank you. Whoever is coming in to help you on the earth plane, Spirit is very much directing things. Spirit is very much with you. Spirit is very much with everybody. Call on your angels. Call on your spirit guides. Call on your passed over loved ones that you have a close, loving connection with. and ask for their help, because you, Leo, can be extremely intuitive and very open to guidance. When you let yourself be, when you don't take on the mantle of, I am the Leo, I will take care of everything because I am a Leo and it is my job and I am great. Okay, you get the message. I'm not always saying it's prideful, but it is very much part of your character to feel as though you should. And therefore, sometimes that's the belief that you need to let go of. You can still be great and wonderful, Leo. You can still be magnificent without having to do everything for everybody, okay? One does not rely upon the other. So, humor, play, pleasure, please do that. Please try to do some of that stuff. And if you can look humorously at what's going on below you as you're looking at things, or as how you relate to it, bring some of that in there and allow for the fact that there are deeper truths that are coming up for you in all of this. Okay? I actually see this, as much as I think it probably will be somewhat of a challenging time for you. It's challenging in the way that growth can be, just simply because it's pulling us out of our ruts. I do believe that the idea of humor, play, and pleasure is there really specifically to remind you that it doesn't have to be something that puts you into a state of overwhelming. I did it again. Overwhelm. It doesn't have to put you into that struggle place. That you can rise above it, like the eagle nest. You can rise above it and see from this higher perspective where it's appropriate. And now the other thing that I saw that I forgot as I was praying when they were speaking to me with the information is literally like little pockets below. One here, one here, one here. I'm seeing 4 specifically. One is really, really unclear. Some of them are really contracted. But what I see is, the one in particular is really contracted. But what I see is, as you're allowing yourself to be in this higher frequency and look at it with some detachment and some humor, is that you're going to know when you need to dip in or not. And that as you make those moments of choice, not from a place of overwhelm, but from a place of deeper connection and higher frequency, the next step is going to be very clear to you as well. It's like resolving this one, you're going to know what the next one is. And by just allowing yourself not to worry about what the whole path is, but just by dealing in the moment and trusting that you'll know what to do in the moment, the path will make itself for you. It will be quite clear. And it's going to be easier than you think, because there is going to be such a sense of release in you and relief in you each time you find yourself making the appropriate decision for yourself. You're going to gain the confidence and you're going to gain the momentum to be able to keep making the right choices, because you're going to connect it to that feeling of well-being in yourself and liberation. It doesn't mean you're going to be setting off fireworks going woohoo, but there will be that inner sense of wise guidance that is supporting you and holding you in this, and that is moving you forward with that kind of momentum, that sense of freedom, that sense of strength and courage and growth, that the wonderfulness of growth that comes with that. Okay, so I just felt like Leo needed to be the one to be done today. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'll be back next week. Again, always like, share, subscribe, greatly appreciated, and certainly comments are welcome. And I hope to see you back next week. Have a great week. Keep breathing, keep in the high vibe, and remember, stay out of efforting as a way to stay out of overwhelm. And let other people call on their sources, their resources, their guides, their angels, and know that they're there for them. Okay? Know that they're there for them. Yes, of course, you play a part. but they also have their team. Okay? Take care.